Hey, check. Boy, it's bright out here. Before I get into today's video, I do want to put out a little bit of a disclaimer, especially if you're watching this and you are a Christian. This video is, it's gonna do a few things. It's going to be okay, and then it's gonna drop off a cliff, and I think Christians are gonna be like, nope, click, or through your phone. I'm gonna click back to him. I would honestly love to hear your viewpoints and your ideas, but if you could, watch the whole video through so you at least get the whole idea of what I'm trying to say. Anyways, let's get on to the real video now. Welcome to the real part of the video. I'm gonna start this whole video with a single question. Will there be Indians in heaven? He said Indians! Political correctness drives me crazy. I mean like American Indians here, before the white men came in and showed them the Bible. Just a question, I'm gonna leave it out there. I'm gonna come back to it at the end of the video. You can think about it if you want, you can come up with an answer, but if you would, again, I would love to save comments till the end. A little bit about who I am, where I'm coming from.
My story? Okay. It was never easy for me. I was born a poor black child.
I was born in a conservative Christian home. Bible believing, this means Bible. At 15 is when I made a conscious decision to pursue Christianity, or Christ, as you would say in the church world, and then got involved in ministry within churches, both on the media side and the pastoral side, at churches from tiny to very, very big. Now let me explain how I went from that to where I am today. I'm not a Christian anymore. In a nutshell, I think that the closer you get to God in Christianity, the more narrow your view of God has to become. I know, the view of God I had before as a Christian was small. I think it made God very small. The view I have of God now is endlessly big. How does that make sense? I'm gonna try to explain it. Follow me here. This is a slippery slope for Christians. This is like, okay, this is enough. Click off through your phone. Here we go. Theoretically, with God being bigger than we could ever imagine, is it possible that God can reveal himself to different people in different ways? When I go out at night, on a full moon night, and I just look at the moon, it astounds me. It puts me in a place of awe and wonder, which are words that we often associate with God as Christians. And what I realized is that with my family, with nature, although I don't understand it in any way, those things point to God in such a firm, real way that it's unshakable. There's no questions, there's no study, there's no confusion. I see God when I look at my kids, or my wife, or nature. Is it possible that God revealed himself to some people through the sun, and that their belief in the sun being a God isn't as crazy as a lot of us might think, and that actually that was God, the same God that you serve? He just revealed himself in a different way. Is it possible that God can reveal himself to different people in different ways? Could some of those ways exist outside of Christianity? Well, I will give you some breathing room. Ooh, just want to give you a little time. Doing okay? Still with me? Almost there, almost to the end, and then you can let those comments flow. Here's what I think, straight up. I think that the closer you get to God in Christianity, the more narrow your view of God has to become. My perspective before as a Christian was like, God's bigger than I could ever imagine, but he's not bigger than my belief of him. And that was true because anybody who had a differing view of God, a different religion, saw God differently, they were wrong. I was right. I was following the one true God. That's one of the biggest problems and hurdles I have today with Christianity, is the idea that Christians know God. There's been wars over that, debates, Even within Christianity itself, there's different churches and slight different views, and those groups will debate back and forth. All because we know God. This is where it's probably gonna be the most just, you boy, this is a bat, by the way, you're gonna hit me with a bat, is where this is leading. Let those comments roll in. We're almost there. What Christianity brought, and I think brings to most people, is what people seek out most, and that is comfort. We wrap up God into so many boxes of understanding because God is something that can't be understood. But that's really uncomfortable to not understand God. Really uncomfortable. So we try to understand God the best we can. We try to put parameters around God. We try to understand what God allows, what God is for and what He's not for, what sins are okay, which ones are not. Where I'm at right now is realizing that God is truly, I can't understand Him. All I can do is look at my wife and my kids and nature and feel connected to Him. So, going back to our Indians in heaven, can they be in heaven? What if they understood God better than we do? What if God's revealed Himself to some people who have never even read the Bible in ways that are more real, more expansive? I think we put limits on God. We put God into smaller, bite-sized boxes we can understand, and we can say, well, God can't exist outside of this. This is how I see God. And so any belief, any idea of God beyond this, it's not real, it doesn't exist. Can I find God in this world absent of Christianity? And I think I just have. Anyways, I would love truly to read your comments as long as they're not idiotic and full of scriptures. That probably sounds bad. I'm not trying to tie your hands behind your back. I'm just saying using scriptures for somebody who doesn't really, think that way anymore isn't it's never been more real than it is right now. And I think the absence of a box is what scares most people who are in a religion. And I know I remember as a Christian, I hated when people would be like, oh, so you're religious? And I'd be like, no, I have a relationship with Jesus. But I could never explain what that relationship was. A relationship. It's pretty one-sided. Anyways, that's a video for another day. Thanks for watching. Sorry this was so long. I would love truly to read your comments as long as they're not idiotic and full of scriptures. That probably sounds bad. I'm not trying to tie your hands behind your back. I'm just saying using scriptures for somebody who doesn't really, think that way anymore isn't I'd love to know your thoughts. Send them however you want. But the other thing is I would love for as many, especially Christians, to see this as possible, just because I'd love to get their views, their ideas. Let the comments roll in, and please, if you would, share this video with any other Christians you know, especially church groups. I'd love to hear from you guys collectively. That would be amazing. Thanks for watching.